It was a stormy night, and the town of Amberwood lay in thick darkness. On an empty street, dim streetlights barely illuminated the puddles on the ground. A mysterious man walked by, wearing a long black coat stained with blood. His face was hidden, with only his cold eyes glimmering in the darkness. That night, everything seemed to be concealing a terrible secret. The following morning, screams echoed through the Golden Raven Hotel. The manager discovered the lifeless body of Margaret Delaney, a renowned businesswoman in room 305. She lay still on the bed, eyes wide open, her face pale. Her white dress was soaked in blood, but the room remained locked from the inside. On a chair nearby, a blood-stained men's coat was left behind. Detective William Graves quickly arrived at the scene. Margaret had been strangled before receiving a fatal stab wound to the chest. The bruises on her wrists indicated a fierce struggle. Graves began questioning witnesses. A hotel staff member mentioned seeing a strange man leaving room 305 around p.m. He wore a black hat and coat, walking hurriedly, but no one saw his face clearly. The blood-stained coat was traced back to a high-end tailor shop in London, reserved for the wealthy elite. This clue led Graves to Alex Merrick, a young businessman who once had a relationship with Margaret. They had previously collaborated, but later had a fallout due to business disputes. Friends mentioned that Alex had once threatened Margaret. However, Alex had a solid alibi, claiming he was at a party with friends that night. Despite the alibi, Graves remained suspicious. He continued to interrogate Alex and noticed signs of psychological distress. Alex's eyes showed anxiety whenever Margaret's name was mentioned. Graves suspected that this was not just a matter of romantic revenge, but part of a deeper conspiracy. While searching Alex's apartment, Graves found an anonymous letter threatening to expose his secrets unless he complied with a mysterious demand. Returning to the crime scene, Graves discovered traces of mud on the carpet, matching the type only found at a nearby construction site. This clue led him to Julia Cranston, Alex's close assistant. In the final interrogation, Julia confessed to the murder. She was obsessed with Margaret's success and her relationship with Alex. Feeling sidelined, she plotted her revenge. Julia sneaked into Margaret's room, strangled and stabbed her, then deliberately left Alex's coat behind to frame him. Julia admitted that she was driven by jealousy and despair, believing that as long as Margaret was alive, Alex would never notice her. However, her plan unraveled under Graves' investigation. Alex, though exonerated, was left haunted by the events. Graves, despite solving the case, could not shake off the thought of how jealousy and obsession could push someone to such cruelty.